Hello and welcome to Homestead Imaginations. I am Josh and I'm trying to quickly get some planting done in between the rain today. Right here in this raised bed I am planting carrots. I have 8 rows. I'll try and see if the camera will pick it up. Kind of not because it blends in, but I've got sticks that kind of marked my spot so I could help space it out. The carrots I'm doing 3 inches apart from one another. I have 8 rows going across and then 7 down, and then the other side of this bed is going to be beets. I'll have 16 beets growing on that side. The carrots are growing all on this side. So decent amount of carrots, a little bit more than I thought, because when I spaced it out inside on graph paper, it looked like I was only going to get 42 carrots, because I was going to go 6 by 7, but it's actually a little bit bigger. It's 8 by 7, so I'm able to get more carrots than I originally thought, which is awesome, because I don't think we were going to hit the number that we were estimating for the family. I could be wrong, but I think it was higher than 42. But so now we're going to have 56 carrots, and what I've done is, so I marked them out, and I just took, where's my little indenter here? Where did I put it? Maybe I put it, oh, there it is. This. So this is a little marker. That's 1 inch, and these were supposed to go 1/4 inch, so about there, roughly. The camera will kind of pick it up. Yeah, so right where my thumb is. No, actually, that would have been too high. Down here. That's right. So it'd be about 1/4 inch deep. So I'm just basically just making a little indent. I definitely put some a little bit deeper than others on accident, as there's more like compost and different stuff on different sides, so it's a little bit easier. Like this side was a lot easier to just get a quick indent, but I'm going to compact this and hopefully get it to where it's not too bad. So I've got 4 rows. This first side here, first rows are little fingers. And then I believe they're called Imperial. I already put them inside because I didn't want the packets getting rained on. So these 4 rows are, I believe, Imperial. If not, I'll put it in the comments or in the description of the video, the correct name of the carrot if I am wrong. So yeah, so that's these carrots. Got more than I was hoping, or got more than I planned, which is exciting. Hopefully they do well. I don't like this. I mean, as of right now, I'm not a fan of direct sowing. This is my first year direct sowing the carrots. Sorry, I'm getting my glove on. So I'm just gonna literally just go through and fill all the holes, press down, so everything is compact. And it's already raining, so I'm not gonna worry about watering these seeds in. The ground is super wet right now. As you can tell, very moist, and it's going to continue to rain tonight, so I'm not worried about it. So I'll just pull up my little sticks here, toss them. I don't need them. Just throw them in a different raised bed here. It's already been planted with the potatoes. There. So now that's all set. And then once the carrots do come up, I will probably grab some wood chips and mulch this a little bit better, so that way the soil is fully protected. But for right now, carrot seedlings are very delicate. They're very thin. I don't think they can push up through too much, so even this might be a problem. So we'll see. I don't like this. I might just go right back to just starting them indoors. It's not that big of a deal. I've never had an issue with direct sowing my carrot seeds, which I've done 2 years. 2 years I've been growing carrots, so both those years I've not had an issue with with planting them after starting them inside, so transplanting them. So I'm not foreseeing an issue with this, with doing it that way. I know they're delicate, but as long as you take your time, like I don't think I ever lost any because of that. Lost some for other reasons, but never because of transplant shock or that they're damaged. Actually, you know what? I probably did. I think I probably have bent a couple and like snapped a couple of them. Now that I'm like trying hard to think about it. So I probably did. I probably have lost a couple from transplant. But if you take your time, it's not too bad. I definitely haven't lost a ton. But this, depending on how well this does, I mean, if they all grow up and it does fantastic, then I will continue to do this. But I foresee this having some issues, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So kind of a trial year, trying to eliminate the amount of stuff that I'm growing inside my basement in the grow room, because I am running out of space. Like already this year, like I am out of space, and this is like, I'm gonna be trying to scale up even more next year. Like this year, planting everything that we want for the entire garden, for the entire year of our food, for all the different varieties of food. So hopefully we hit our numbers. Like hopefully what I estimated for based off what I found online, we hit those numbers and they do work for us. But if they don't work for us, we're definitely going to need to expand then. But next year I also plan on starting to set up being able to grow extra to start selling, start turning this into a farm, which is the end goal. And then I also want to designate a couple areas, at least one if not two of the garden areas here, solely for like food banks in the area. So I'm going to be trying to do that. So either way, I'm definitely going to be expanding my space. So I wanted to eliminate how much I was growing in the grow room, but I also need to have success with what I'm doing. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of pointless. So we'll see how well this does. If it does fantastic, then cool. Like this saves me some space, but carrots don't take up that much space. I put them in 16 cells. So at that point, like I need like 5 cells or 5 trays, which isn't that bad. That's like 1 grow light, which is a lot right now because I only have 3. And one is a big one that covers a lot, but that'd be like 2, that'd be one of my smaller ones, which I'm going to be hopefully getting more before next year for the, you know, to expand. But I also planted at least 2 seeds in each little divot that I was creating while I went to try and set myself up for 56 carrots. But there was 3, 4. I mean, sometimes my fingers were sticking because of it being wet. So, so some were a little bit more than just 1 or 2 seeds. So hopefully it gives me a good chance of them actually germinating. And then I can just thin them out as we go. The next thing that I am planting is sugar snap peas. And I am planting them along this fence line. So this is like a corner and it goes to, that's a front gate there, as you can see. So all along here, it's probably not going to cover the entire space because I am planting 50 sugar snap peas, and I'm going to be starting a little bit away from this. This is a great plant that is starting to bud, so that's exciting. But starting from a little from there, so probably about here, all the way down, I'm going to be planting them every 6 inches. And from my measurements, it shouldn't even take this entire space. So I might plant more than 50 if I can fit more. But this is, I just loosely, barely covered this because I knew I was going to be planting peas here. So this isn't very much mulch, but it's just enough to hopefully keep the soil from becoming hydrophobic and drying out in the sun. So I'm going to be planting those 50 sugar snap peas all along this fence with the goal that they will grow right up this fence and grow as tall as they need to go, but they'll be secured all along the way and not get too tall, because over there, those fences, they're maybe like 4 feet tall. So as soon as they would grow over that, and then the wind would just blow them over, and then they would just completely snap, and then the plant would die. So I'm trying to use the fence I put in to help protect against, like, you know, the deer for the fruit trees, but I also want to get this blocked off eventually with like chicken wire all along the bottom here to prevent bunnies from getting in here. So I do have some work to do still to protect everything that I'm growing in here. And I know from experience the bunnies really like sugar snap peas, so I really got to get this closed off all the way around this entire fence with chicken wire fence before things start growing too much in here and the bunnies get attracted to coming in. Now these are pretty small, but a small young bunny can easily fit through those, and even probably a bigger one if it really wants to, you know, push its limits. You know, it's not going to get through fast, but it can get through. But I also have some other gaps, like especially at the gates, where I really got to close that up. But so that's what I'm planting today. The peas and carrots. A little behind. I was hoping to plant those. Whoa! Dropped the camera. Luckily I caught the rope. I was hoping to plant those on the 1st. That was the goal, because that was 2 weeks prior to our expected last frost. But according to today is May 6th. According to our last, I checked today, we might on Friday, so today's Wednesday, Friday we're gonna hit overnight a low of 38, so we might maybe get a frost. I mean, that should be safe to not get a frost, but then after that there's nothing for the next 10-day forecast, so we might actually have already had our last frost for the season. It has been a very cold winter, so I don't believe that. I am not bringing anything else out here until like we get closer to like May 15th, and I see the 10-day forecast from there and make sure that we are still safe and good. But for right now, I'm planting the stuff that can handle, because it's just seeds that can handle that little bit of cold. The brassicas are already out. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. Little preview. This is a black currant, so it's starting to grow some black currants. And it's got some brand new growth coming through to make that even bushier. So food forest is coming alive. Most of everything has awakened. Some things I didn't even realize that were going to make it. Like I had one red currant that I could have sworn it completely lost all green, and I thought it died. A rhubarb that's like right here, I thought that died because it completely shriveled up and went away, and I didn't see it again. And it just popped up literally like last week. The other two that I knew or should have survived, that they were there last year in the fall, they came up earlier, and this one just popped up. So I actually will have even more rhubarb going, or in total, because I have 4 in the grow room, and now I have 3, so I'll have 7 rhubarb around here for now, and we'll see how that does for us. But the food forest is coming alive. Everything is doing really well. There's some new stuff that just got planted this year that still hasn't quite woken up and shot any sprouts out yet. But for the most part, all the new stuff is sprouting and is starting to wake up. But I've got a cranberry plant that I planted in the fall that isn't really doing anything. I have some blackberries that I've got to check on and see where they're at. And then there are some fruit trees, my figs, the apricots, and I think a peach tree. I think I have like 5 trees that so far have not done anything. So they may have died and may have not made it. So I'll have to do some research on why, especially the figs, because they're hardy figs. They're good for this grow zone. So I'll have to look up and see what would kill them if it was the cold. We did have an exceptionally cold winter, so I'm wondering if that killed them. But if there's something I should be doing to protect them through our winters, if I need to be like covering them in some kind of way to protect them. But I do want those trees here, so I will most likely be ordering them next year if they did die. They have a 1-year guarantee, so I don't know when that starts, because I definitely got them like last year, like April, maybe early May, and here we are in May, so it might be over a year by the time I can definitively say that they've survived or not. So I might get replacements for them if they didn't survive the winter, and then if not, I will be ordering them next year to replace them, but learning from them. And the apricots is really disappointing because like they grew huge last year. Like they had the most growth out of any of the fruit trees I put in last year. I mean, they got tall. Like within the first year, they were already 6 feet tall. Like they put on serious growth. So I'm disappointed if they don't make it, because they were like the most promising ones. But yeah, so that's what we got going on here. Trying to do a quick update as well as going over just planting the carrots and the beans. It's been extremely busy. I'll probably make a video about just already just feeling like you're drowning with so much to do. I had so much work I've still so much work to do to get the gardens ready for all the planting to come in a couple weeks. So I still have a couple weeks to do it, but then like I said, I need to secure this fence. which needs to happen like once I start bringing stuff out here, because I don't need the rabbits coming out here and start digging up any plants or eating the plants as the seedlings. So I don't want to have wasted all this time, months that I've spent in my basement's grow room trying to get these plants ready, getting the gardens ready, to just have, you know, bunnies come and just eat it. So so a lot of work to do, but hopefully we'll be able to get it done in the next couple weeks. It is challenging as well because the kids got baseball and they're on 2 different teams, so their schedules rarely align. So there's always baseball basically pretty much every day. There would have been practice today, but we got rained out thankfully. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. Again, I'll make a video going over like all the stuff that I have had going on, and like, because I hadn't put out video in a couple weeks. I just put one out, what, Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I put out a video, but I have like 3 or 4 recorded. I just have been so swamped and just crazy. I'll make a video about it, but I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Keep watching because it's getting exciting. I'll be doing garden tours in a few weeks once I get everything planted, and then I will do a food forest tour, which I'm extremely excited and proud about, because the food forest is really starting to feel like a food forest. Last year was just like the orchard and a few couple plants. I'm putting in roughly 60 or so perennials into the food forest, so very exciting, a lot going on. A lot to look forward to. So I will catch you guys next time. I appreciate you all, and keep the imagination rolling. Bye bye.